Let's be honest, folks, the Hot Toys Tobey Maguire from No Way Home, bit of a miss. The Andrew Garfield, which was supposed to be from No Way Home, but ended up branded The Amazing Spider-Man, also a bit of a miss, had its problems. This one, they've absolutely nailed. Let's take a look. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly released Hot Toys 1/6 scale Tom Holland Spider-Man from Spider-Man No Way Home. This is the final swing suit, or the red and blue suit, and I gotta say, thank God they have done this right. They've absolutely nailed that head sculpt. That is Tom Holland every single day of the week. I'm going to get more into this later on. Bit of background here. And look, there is that ongoing debate of who's the best Batman, who's the best Spider-Man. And to be honest, let's be honest, there is no right answer. It's whatever you prefer yourself. Now, Tom Holland's my favorite Spider-Man. He looks the part. He has the background in kind of, with his background in dancing and stuff like that, or he's kind of, does he have gymnast as well? I think he does a lot of his own stunts. He looks the part. He looked like a kid. I thought Homecoming was just fantastic. The way he was, Tobey Maguire was very, very old playing Spider-Man. Didn't really work for me. I just didn't feel the whole Tobey Maguire trilogy. Wasn't a fan of it. Same as the Andrew Garfield. I watched them. They were okay. Like, to be honest, judging by my age, Tobey Maguire should be my best Spider-Man, but even back in the day, I thought the movies were quite corny and cheesy, not into the whole Raimi thing, and I didn't think much of the Andrew Garfield either. Now, I know what's going to happen here. You're going to have people who will comment on the comment sections video. They'll get emotional. They'll get a bit annoyed about this opinion, which they shouldn't, because, they have their own opinion. I'm not going to get emotional about that. It's ridiculous. But there will be people in the comment section who will say, Tobey's the best. End of. Andrew Garfield is the best. End off. And I'll just get a kick out of those, and I will laugh it off. But look, don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. If you're in the comment section, you see those people, call them out. So again, in my opinion, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. What do I like about it? I really, really like the suit design. Not only this one, but I really like the Iron Spider design, and I really like the Homecoming one that's behind me there. It's probably my favorite Spider-Man figure. So for me, they got it right in terms of the look for him, the body proportions, the age, the suits. I really, really, really liked how they had a different take on it. They didn't just do the whole Uncle Ben getting shot again. No one wanted to see that for like the third time or whatever it was. I liked their spin on it. Tony Stark just plucks him out of New York or whatever, gives him the tech suit. Fine, I get that people don't like that he had Stark tech and he was Iron Spider-Boy and all that kind of stuff. But if you think about it, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home, Infinity War, and Civil War, and Endgame. They're the 6 movies I believe that Tom Holland has appeared in. Think about the quality of those movies. The quality. Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, Civil War. Even if you didn't like, I still liked Homecoming. I think out of those 6 movies, Far From Home is probably the weakest, but I liked them all. I really like his arc so far. And to be honest, this is his origin story. It's like a 6-movie origin story. I thought they really did it really well. But anyway, there will still be people in the comment sections who are a bit salty because of my opinion on this, which I think it's baffling and mildly entertaining. So this is fantastic. I have a vision where I'm going to get I've been talking about this vision for a while, where I have the Tobey from this movie, the Andrew Garfield, which is supposed to be from this movie, but it's branded The Amazing Spider-Man, whatever happened with licensing then, and then the integrated suit, and they're in a Bladadin, whatever, they're in a cube, and they're holding the masks, they have the head sculpt exposed, and they're all kind of having a chat and meme. And I've been going on about it for a while. Now, I haven't picked up the integrated suit because, well, the integrated suit is pretty much bargain bin, so I can get that if I want. The Tobey is en route, but I've been really disappointed by what I've seen with the Tobey, so I might end up selling that. So I'm not sure, should I just go give up on that dream? Because let's face it, out of the 3 of them, the Tobey hasn't turned out great, the Andrew Garfield hasn't turned out great, and the integrated suit, it's fine. So do I just give up on that? I'm going to get this one anyway. I was always getting this one, but this one is lethal. Just this photo alone, what do I like about it? I like the way you have that kind of traditional red and blue suit. Yeah, it's shiny and people don't particularly like that. Whoops, a few hills there. Yeah, it's shiny and people don't particularly like that, and that's fine. I don't have an issue with it. I like the vibrant red. I like the blue. The kind of shiny nature of it is screen accurate. That's what he had in that final swing at the end of No Way Home. I think the head sculpt is incredible. The sculpt itself, the proportion to the head sculpt, the sculpted hair is really, really good. Rolling eyes function. I'm pretty sure this has rolling eyes function. Yeah, it does. And I just think even they've got that kind of, he's got a strange jaw, Tom Holland does. It looks like he has like two little marbles on either side of his mouth, but they've nailed that expression. And I like the way it's the proper collar. That's one thing about that vision I had with having Toby and Andrew in the integrated suit. The integrated suit has the old neck where the kind of the spider suit comes all the way up, whereas I think the other two have this kind of a collar. Anyway, let's take a look at this. I'm going to go back 2 slides or 3 slides. I think this is the first slide. So first little criticism on the right shoulder there, that kind of line, it looks a bit strange there. You can kind of, the joint is really obvious. Okay, I think the web is great on this. The vibrancy of the red, I really like the blue. They're really posing this, but I do think this could be, I'm not sure if this is like an Iron Spider type suit, you know, it's kind of like a almost like a sticky kind of rubbery style, and it creased a lot. And yeah, if you left it in the pose like this for a long time, it's going to affect the figure of time. The figure can end up being baggy. It kind of, the Iron Spider, when you did that and then you repose and put it down to neutral, it did heal itself a bit, but there was still that bit of stretch. So I'm not sure if this is like a shiny fabric or is it that kind of sticky rubbery design of the Iron Spider suit. I hope it's the first one. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry, a few things here. There's 2 different versions of this. There's the collector edition, which is €271.75 on Sideshow at least, which obviously it's gone waitlist on Sideshow if you're a Sideshow fan. And that would be approximately, I don't know, $285. And then the deluxe version, I believe, is €333.73. I think that's $350. And the difference between the two of them, really quickly before I go back to the blogger images, the difference between the two, and I want to show you the difference between the regular and the deluxe. Can I show you the difference here? This seems to be out of photos. I think it's just the base. Yeah, the deluxe version comes with the base. I think that's the difference. Okay, hang on a second. I'll find out for sure. Just bear with me. So if I go up here and click the cheaper collector version, click on this, and yeah, so the regular version, you've got that base. I don't like that base. What's it, like a hexagon style base? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, hexagon style base, and they kind of like a lot of the endgame figures came with that. Bunch of swap on hands, webs, and you have the mask because it's fabric mask now. It's not nanotech or whatever like that, like the Iron Spider was, and you can just kind of hold on to that. I like that separate rolling eyeballs function, so it does have separate rolling eyeballs function. No mention of extra lenses there, which is interesting. And I suppose, well, no, surely there's extra lenses. It's funny, I don't think there's any pictures. There's, yeah, pictures of the mask there. Yeah, so look, I don't know if it comes, well, hang on a second, sorry. Yeah, interesting. Just that here, so this is what you get if you get the cheaper version, which is probably around 200, I think it's about $285. You get the head sculpt, separate rolling eyeballs function, you get the mask so you can hold it in his hand, because, like, to be honest, I find it really hard to pose this guy and hide that head sculpt. I want to pose that head sculpt, it's so good, and then to hold that mask in the hand. So I like to include the fabric mask. You've got the hexagon base, a bunch of swap out hands, and then those kind of webs and stuff like that. So grand. Let's just go back and take a look at the blogger images. I'm interested in the deluxe version. I really like that rooftop diorama. I wonder, will it soften? Because I know I used to have the what I call the oil change Spidey, the Spider-Man No Way Home battling version. It was basically the upgraded suit, but the weathering on it wasn't as pronounced as I wanted, and also the base, that did soften from prototype to sculpt. I've seen it a few times where their bases actually soften from prototype to sculpt. They're really like going to town here. They're posing in a few different poses and really using that base. I like that. I just think they've absolutely nailed this head sculpt. Like, and again, like, it's a funny one because I was really blown away by the Tobey Maguire head sculpt, and like, while fine, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Tobey Maguire, I'm not a fan of the Tobey Maguire movies, and the same as the Andrew Garfield. I've watched them, I can sit down and watch them and be mildly entertained, but like, I did really like what they did in No Way Home. They didn't just shoehorn them in with cameos the same way, like, say, The Flash did with really badly with a bunch of different DC. I thought that was awful. But they brought them in, they gave them a reason for being there, and they actually had, like they had roles to play. You know, like, Tobey Maguire was he's like kind of the sage old, like, master full of wisdom, and kind of guided Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Basically, don't go down the revenge route, it's going to haunt you, trust me, I know, and all that. And then, of course, then Andrew saved MJ and got some sort of redemption, which I thought was fantastic. And I appreciated the two boys more, even because of what they did with that. Like, you know, so I don't know, I don't hate their movies or something like that. I don't think Spider-Man worked for me until I saw Tom Holland's movies. I thought they were fantastic. But then again, the quality of the MCU is, they're just better movies. This sculpt is fantastic. I think it's hard to believe that, like, this is, I don't think there's much of a drop off, if any, from prototype to final product. Really, really impressed by this. Just like the sculpt, the paint applications, the sculpted hair, the rolling eyes, the expression. Like I said, they've even got that kind of like, kind of a strange kind of dimples or something that Tom Holland does. I like the way the collar comes up properly. Yeah, move on a small bit. Suit looks good, mask looks good. And it's meeting in between the eyes as well. So I think those lines are supposed to meet in between the eyes, but I think one of the complaints with the Tobey Maguire is they met down on the nose and made the nose look extra pointy. I mean, come on, like, these things are expensive. We shouldn't settle for mistakes like that. So again, the body portions on Tobey Maguire weren't great either. I think he was a bit small. I'm wondering, like, how they made that decision. I always thought Tom Holland was smaller than Tobey Maguire. I haven't looked it up. Maybe let me know in the comment section down below. I love that. I just think that looks incredible. Like, and I have Doc Ock there, and the space next to Doc Ock is free, so it makes sense that the two of them together from the same movie. And you just put him sitting on the rooftop. Like, I am going to use the sculpt with that. And sure, I have the Homecoming version with the mask on there. I love this. It's a simple pose. I just think it's really, really good. Yeah, they're really, really going through these the articulation in these poses. And obviously this is like the Christmas lights in the background with the bokeh effect to replicate the final swing from the end of No Way Home. I'm loving the vibrancy and the brightness of that red. I'm loving the web stitching on it, the web design, the spider on the front. And it seems to, if you look at the right ankle here, there doesn't seem to be that kind of pinching issue that sometimes if you like bring the ankles up, it kind of pinches a bit. So hopefully they've sorted that. I'm really hoping that this suit is like a shiny fabric and not that sticky kind of rubberized material that they use for the Iron Spider. I like the roof. The rooftop looks good. I think the brickwork there looks good. The dusting of snow and the lumps of snow on the bricks and the lumps of snow even on the top of the kind of, I suppose, more concrete looking parts. The kind of the ladder there and even the snow on the ladder. I think this looks really good. Could be a Christmas decoration. I like the spider on the back as well. My only criticism, okay, that's so simple. So simple. But I think that works so well with that base. I'm loving this suit. It's like that classic look. I know some people don't like the shine. Look, it's screen accurate. That's the direction they went. There's been no issues for me. I don't think that's a criticism. It's screen accurate. I think the proportions look good as well, because like Tom Holland, he's not jacked. Okay, he's not that really super jacked muscular guy. He is muscular, but he's lean, and I think they have the proportions done very well here. There's loads of photos here. That's a pose I'd consider. There's a few, like if you go back to this, a few things I like. I really want to show off that head sculpt. Because like I said, I do have a Spider-Man with a mask here, so I would like to show off that head sculpt's incredible. That's a pose I'd use. Just incorporating the base, have him sitting there, and I'll kind of keep an eye on the city. Just pose it in such a way that and pose the rolling eyes in such a way that it just looks natural, and him holding that material mask accessory. I really like that. Very simple pose. I like that. I don't like the way, like, I don't think that works for me, the way one of the lenses is wide and one of the lenses is narrow. So yeah, they must come with swap out lenses. For some reason, maybe I missed them there. Maybe they were there. A quick look. No, they're not on this page anyway. So yeah, they're probably going to give you swap out lenses. It seems that they would here anyway. then again, if you think about it, he made this suit. And I think those lenses were Stark Tech. So maybe we don't get the lenses because this is not Stark Tech. He basically sold this suit. And I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man 4 and like put the space stuff behind and put the Stark Tech behind and put the multiverse thing behind and just have like boots on the ground, him in New York City, a proper Spider-Man story. Because his origin story is in now. So I'm really looking forward to this. So maybe those lenses are just a bit of Photoshop, or maybe maybe they've given you the lenses and haven't shown. I don't think they actually have given us the lenses. Maybe they're lenses from other different Spider-Mans that the blogger has incorporated. But yeah, the wide lens is what I'd use here. That simple pose, I would definitely... And look, that's going to be easy on the suit as well if you're worried about the suit creasing. So the only crease here you have is on the left leg here at the top of the left thigh. And like, let's face it, like, the suit's made from material. It's going to crease if it was a real suit in real life or whatever. Not as much as this, obviously, because it's 6 scale. The creases are more pronounced. And also, like, this is probably CGI in the movie, so they can CGI out some of those creases as well. Again, this is something... This here is something that I consider. Just him. I'm using the base. I want to use the head sculpt. I want to use an accessory. I want to put in a simple kind of an iconic, like a character pose if he's just about to... I know he's keeping a lookout on something. He's just about to put on that mask and swing down or something like that. Yeah, the seam there on the left is unsightly, but that's not going to bother me. The detail on the neck looked quite good. You've got kind of some of the like some of the shape of his neck, like, you know, obviously the shape of his it's got Adam's apples coming through there and some tendons on the left side of his neck. Again, the spider on the front of the suit and that red looks incredible. I actually haven't pre-ordered this yet. I need to get on this before this disappears because this is something I don't want to miss out on. Especially if I'm not going to keep the Toby and pick up the Andrew and the Integrated, because that's for those three, that's an expensive display. And I don't know yet, because from what I've seen with the Andrew Garfield, didn't blow me away, and I was disappointed with what I've seen so with the Toby. But when I get it in hand, maybe it'll be different. I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm gonna sit on that. If I can pick up a cheap Integrated and Andrew, that'd be the way to go. This I cannot miss this. This is fantastic, and I absolutely loved No Way Home. This is a triple threat. Do I love the character Spider-Man? I do. Do I love the source material? No Way Home, one of the best MCU movies out there. And do I love this version? It's Tom Holland. It's a red and blue suit, and it's from a bloody great movie. So absolutely. And this head sculpt, there's not a better Tom Holland head sculpt out there. So if you're a Tom Holland fan, I think a lot of people are going to be happy with how this turned out. I think it's going to be a buzz in the community for the next few days. Really looking forward to seeing some of the... I don't know, that suit just looks so fresh every time I see it. They just did a great job. Not sure about that pose. I think the simpler poses on this are the best. There is something funny going on with the joints, and I feel that when they pose this, which, let's face it, a lot of people out there who are like really dynamic posers, they're going to want to pose this. It's Spider-Man. Some of these poses do look awkward. Like this one looks particularly awkward. There's something about it just looks awkward, and kind of I'm noticing the joints here, obviously underneath the suit. The legs don't look too bad, but maybe the pose is a bit awkward. And yeah, those shoulder joints are... but look, what are you going to do? It has to have joints. Whereas if you look at it here, you don't notice much because of how it's posed. I think this might be one of the best head sculpts that they've done so far this year, that they've released so far this year. What other head sculpts that they released so far this year were really good? The Rock one comes to mind. I'm forgetting what they released this year, but the Rock one was very good. I think that's all I have to say about this. Now I'm going to go contact Lion Rock Toys and make sure I don't miss out on this. So look, folks, that's the end of the video. And look, it doesn't matter. Like maybe Toby is your Spider-Man, maybe Andrew is your Spider-Man, or maybe this is your Spider-Man too. But sure, let me know in the comment section down below, respectfully, folks, because I'll just block and delete if I get any guff. Alright, that's the end of the video. So if you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, consider becoming a channel member, and yeah, that's it. You can follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.